Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mac here from Cryptstar Staking, here for another beautiful video. And today's video we'll be doing an update for the Aleph Zero ecosystem. There's been a lot going on in both the end of 2022 and up here now in January 2023. And before we get moving too far into today's video, I just want to say Happy New Year. It's already been a great start to 2023. I really hope that you guys are all having a great time out there. If you guys had anything great for New Year's, please let me know in the comments what you guys did. I'm really interested in hearing all the awesome stories that you guys have to say. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. We're going to be covering all the things that Aleph Zero has accomplished in 2022, as well as some of the things that they're planning to accomplish in 2023, and what they have kind of accomplished so far in 2023. Also in this video, I want to go ahead and talk about the updates to the fees for the different foundation validator node staking programs. It's a little bit confusing, so I want to kind of break it down for you guys layman style. So let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. So here we are going to bring up the Aleph Zero monthly update, community validators and liminal. Let's go ahead and talk about the monthly update and all the wonderful things that have happened here in Aleph Zero over the past month. Community validators are live on the mainnet, and I've gone ahead and made a few videos on that on the YouTube channel, so please check those out. They're also talking about nomination pools to ensure scalability. This makes it easier for people with even less A0. If you don't have 2,000 A0, you can go ahead and choose a nomination pool, and that nomination pool can choose a validator, and then you can go and stake with them and earn those sweet, juicy A0 rewards. This is really great because it increases price stability for A0 because it requires people to go ahead and stake into these pools. That requires 2,000 A0 to begin with. If you want to become a validator, you can also open a pool to increase the amount of different people that can stake to your validator node. Or if you just want to run a pool, and you can run that as a promotion service for different validator nodes, and then make a deal with the validator node as a business proposition to go ahead and help build their community as through a pool method. So I think this gives the validator nodes a separate sort of business tool to go ahead and increase their client base as well as their community, and have sub communities within the Aleph Zero ecosystem. So it's very, very cool. Next, they're going to go ahead and increase the commission of their nominating community validators. So they want to go ahead and switch the focus from the foundation validators to the community validators to kind of spread out the network and decentralize things a bit, so that way not all the A0 tokens are centered in one place. So I'll talk about that later in the video. So Liminal featuring during the next Block Expo hackathon. So they had a few updates regarding that, and we're going to cover that in today's video as well. And they're also exploring collaborations with different interoperability protocols. As we all know, MetaMask is coming up here soon to Aleph Zero. Very excited about that. Aleph Zero also listed on KuCoin Exchange. Woohoo! It was really, really great. A lot of increased liquidity for Aleph Zero. Another 150 to 200K a day liquidity and volume for Aleph Zero. So that's very exciting. Aleph Zero releases a new website. So the new website looks pretty nice. Go ahead and check it out if you guys want. And okay, I think that's pretty much the biggest updates from this monthly update sheet. Let's go ahead and jump down to the main topics of the day. Community validators being live on the mainnet. This was probably the biggest event to occur here in 2022 December timeframe. So we now have over 100 active community validators. I think this is actually outdated. It's not 96. There is definitely over 100 now. I think we were number 52 or 53 for Cryptstar Staking. Up here coming in the next few weeks, they're going to be increasing the fee for the validator nodes for the foundation. So if you're staked the A0 foundation, make sure you switch off to one of the community nodes. And if you want to choose Cryptstar, I would highly recommend us. We have run a very nice validator node service. We also have a pool for 10 to 2,000 A0, so you can have a small amount and you can delegate to us and support the channel. There are some other great validator pools out there. I've been talking to A0 Domains. They run a really, really tight ship. Very excited to see what happens with A0 Domains here in the coming months. But just know that if you are staking with the A0 Foundation validator nodes, you're going to be getting reduced APR over the next coming months. So if you want to go ahead and make the most out of your A0 rewards, make sure you switch off from those A0 Foundation validator nodes. If you need a video on how to do that, go ahead and check out my videos. I'll leave them here in the description below. This basically is to incentivize decentralization of the Aleph Zero network, and it helps different projects who are trying to earn Aleph Zero rewards to go ahead and get those rewards and then build their products up to sort of build a stronger foundation for the Aleph Zero community. I think one of the coolest, most interesting parts about the Aleph Zero staking system is these nomination pools. It really adds an extra business aspect to running the validator node service. People can start a nomination pool for 2,000 AZ0. They can build their community, and they can go ahead and have different weekly changes to different validator nodes. So if they want to go ahead and run a campaign for this validator node, they can go ahead and work out some sort of deal and then give them like a month's delegation from the nomination pool of their choice. And then the nomination pool can raise funds that way, raise community that way. It gives a whole different kind of business aspect and a business highlight, I think, to Aleph Zero that other blockchains do not have. Another big update to Aleph Zero was the progress on Liminal and Common. So they had a few interesting projects that were done during the hackathon in the Blockchain Expo here. They had ZK Vote, which is a DAO-based anonymous voting that uses Liminal to protect voters' privacy. So that allows people to vote in secret. So you can turn your ballot into the ballot box, but nobody knows that you did it, which is kind of like how we are supposed to have it right now in our current, voting system. However, sometimes things get leaked and there's data leaks. However, with this liminal pools, it's going to prevent any data leakage because it is privacy enabled. So that's very exciting. A lot of different governments, I think, could use this, as well as DAOs in the future. AZ0 Curations, an anonymous public messaging board that allows users to share posts and hand out likes. This is going to be really, really interesting to see once they get up a really nice sort of Agora post for the AZ0 community. We can go ahead and post anonymously or non-anonymously if we want to, and then you don't have to worry about the backlash from people, talking crap about you, or anybody can post anonymously, which makes it much easier. This also leaves everything open to more trolls, which is kind of sad, but I'm sure that's what's going to happen in the future. So hopefully we'll figure out a way to go ahead and downvote people anonymously so we can get rid of these crazy trolls that are going to come out of this. Staking Operator Governance, which is a dashboard that nominators can use to vote for validators and to bond funds for proof of stake mechanisms. Beta 01, a tool that allows employees to give feedback anonymous to the business they work for. This is really cool, all anonymity and using Liminal. So very exciting to see exactly what comes out of Liminal here in the future. Now, Aleph Zero, they also did this zero reward claiming bot. So the validator node, we don't have to press the button every single day to go ahead and pay out our delegators. We can focus on the bottom line, which is keeping up our validator node 100% of the time and not missing any of those staking rewards. Also, it makes it so that we have a little bit more of a trustless system and people feel more safe delegating to different validator nodes because they know that every single validator node will pay out automatically with the on-chain mechanism. Now, I don't think this is on-chain yet. This is done through a bot still, but hopefully here soon they're going to make this on-chain and chain enforced. The schedule for increasing commission. This is a very important note. Okay, I want you guys to make sure if you get anything out of this video, this part is probably the most important here. So they are doing an increase fee schedule here. So you can see that the foundation nodes on December 16th, they did raise their fee to 3.5%. And right now, all the community validators were at 2%. So no matter how you look at it, it's going to be better to validate with a community member if you can. So if you haven't already, make sure you switch to a community validator node. Now, in the future, they're going to go ahead and also raise the minimum community commission. So we won't be able to do anything about this. Cryptstar is going to automatically raise the fee to 3%. I don't think we can actually change this in the future. It's going to be stuck at 3%. Now, this is very important, I think, for the sustainability of the network and to make sure that we keep our community validators. Because as of right now, with the 2% commission, there is almost no way any of our community validators can even break even on the operating cost of running a node. So just remember that before you get all pissed off that, they're raising commission, you know what, there's no choice. It's an on-chain thing. And they chose this number because this is the minimum amount most community validators will need to even break even on their investment in running a validator node. So just understand, it's not that easy being a validator. I've done this for Tezos as well as other blockchains. It's very hard to keep a ship from sinking. It's very hard to keep that thing running all the time with all the updates, updating at least 1 to 2 times a month, restarting the VMs, troubleshooting issues. It takes a lot of time, and the hardware is very expensive, as well as if you're doing a shared server space, that's expensive. So just remember, this is all part of the sort of calculated percentage that is necessary in order to keep the system functional. Okay. But in the future, the foundation nodes will be all the way up to 14%, and the minimum community commission will be 5%. I think the community commission will eventually settle around 7%, 7.5%. I think that's going to be, because that's the only way you can really make a profit. 5% is just barely the bottom line. Depending on the Azero price, of course, maybe some will go down as the Azero price goes up. As the Azero price goes up, the operating cost in Azero goes down technically, right? Just remember that, guys. Very excited to see them actually be proactive about this, because I know many blockchains it's just kind of an oversight by the foundation themselves. They are doing another expo here on the LF0 at the Next Block Expo, and I really love how they're going around the world doing all these different expos, getting people really interested in LF0 and the native Rust programming language, which is not that hard to learn, and there's a lot of devs out there that might want to just jump in and they don't want to work in Python, they'd rather work in Rust, which I think is a really, really great opportunity for them. And they have a bunch of other expos coming up here. I'm not going to go too deep into this. LF0 did get listed on KuCoin. Very exciting news. It still seems to have more volume on was it Wobi? Or no, OKX? I can't remember the other exchange. But it's very exciting. This is definitely the #2 volume exchange right now for LF0. So if you haven't already, Mexi, that's the name, Mexi. So if you haven't already, you can purchase LF0 on KuCoin or on Mexi. And I think for Mexi, I might have a invite code down below, so check it out if you haven't signed up for Mexi already. Another thing is the LF0 website. Also, another thing they haven't mentioned here is LF0 is going to be coming to Ledger hopefully in the next couple of months. They did put in the application for Ledger, and we're just waiting for Ledger to kind of come back and list them on the Ledger device. So we can go ahead and download the app to our Ledger and then transfer all of our assets over, and then we have a hardware wallet for LF0. Anyways, that is it for today's video. If you guys liked this video, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. Give a little hashtag Azero in the comments section below will be much appreciated. Let me know about what things you are most excited about for the LF0 blockchain this coming year. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Have a great day, everybody, and y'all stay Azero heroes. Peace out.